Welcome to the Market Bull. I'm Sarah Powell, and joining me from site from the Sunbeam project in Ontario, Canada is Marc Sales, CEO from First Class Metals. Marc, it's wonderful to see you out there for the first time this year. What are your first impressions, and what does this project add to the First Class Metals portfolio?
Firstly, that EGS is doing an amazing job trying to unravel the geology here. We did an exhaustive deep dive into the historic data that was available, and the guys are here putting it together. There's three basic trends at the Sunbeam project. There's the Sunbeam trend, then there's the Roy trend, yes, and then there's the Pettigrew trend. Sorry, the mozzies are absolutely feasting on me. Each one's about 10 kilometres long on the project. Each one has significant developments. Pettigrew down 100 feet, Roy down 100 feet, Sunbeam down 400 feet. So on the Sunbeam project, we have a portfolio of targets that any other company might have across its whole portfolio. I mean, not just the Roy, the Pettigrew and the Sunbeam, but there's also the WN2, there's the AA198, there's the Rubble Zone, there's the Road Zone. There's a litany of prospects that we need to focus on, unravel, understand the geology, and then bring them up to drill targets. So what's it adding to the portfolio? Potentially a company maker, that's what I believe.
Thank you. Now, we've seen lots of activity on the ground. It all looks really, really interesting. What is this work that you've been doing over the last month looking to achieve?
The activity over the last month, a little bit more than a month to be honest, was initially a core review. Matt, the geo, went through the whole of the historic Sunbeam core that we could get hold of. And I have to say, from his remarks, the logging and sampling by Newinsko was exemplary. We didn't find fault with it, so well done Newinsko and Laura. Building on from that, he's then started to explore and prospect the three trends that I mentioned to you, with the idea of bringing them up to a drill status. And by drill status, I mean actually putting a peg in the ground, being ready to drill. As to whether that's going to be the Pettigrew or the Sunbeam trend, that will depend. Once we get authority, we will be doing some stripping, which will hopefully literally uncover the rock, so we can build a better understanding of the geology. And what I think is key, and the geologists here agree, well, I agree with them, the structure is what's key here. So we've got to understand the geology and the structure, and then we can most efficiently target the drilling.
And finally, I believe you're finishing off at Sunbeam and heading to North Hemlo. What are your next steps at Sunbeam, and what work will you be looking to do at North Hemlo?
What are we going to do at Sunbeam? As I say, we're going to bring Sunbeam trend or the Pettigrew trend up to drill ready, which will require stripping first. In the meantime, as a result of a recent re-interp of the geophysics, we've identified some more prospecting along those trends that we want to be doing. So whilst we're waiting for the stripping permit, we will be prospecting and understanding more of the geology. Yes, I am moving on to North Hemlo next week. We've got a team there. They've been there a few days now. They've set up the camp and they've been out sampling on the Dead Otter trend. So I'm looking forward to getting over there and catching up with progress on that. Again, that's another area that we want to do some stripping and bring up to drill status this field season.
Marc, thank you for joining us, especially from site when you're busy working so hard. We'll keep in touch and look forward to another update soon.